Hey, first graders, Miss Zainab asked me to help you out a little bit with one area of math. But before I get started, let me just say, hey, hello, Jude, Yasmin, Razmi, Zach, Majid, Ibrahim, all my first grade friends. Let's take a look at 3D, or three-dimensional figures. You go to the movie, right? And sometimes when you go to the movie, they give you a pair of glasses because it's in 3D. Now, it's different. You're not quite sure how you know it's different, but when you put them glasses on, all of a sudden, more things start coming at you, and it feels like you're right in the middle of it all. What are dimensions and shapes? And what makes it different from a flat shape and a three-dimensional shape? Well, let's just, first of all, draw a picture. For example, here we have a picture of a house. Pretty good artist, aren't I? And that house is only two-dimensional. Why? Because it only has a width and a height. The house is that wide, it's that high. But now if I take that same house and I do this to it, now it takes on a whole nother look, doesn't it? Now suddenly it's got depth. It isn't just a flat picture. We can see the side of it. That's the difference between two-dimensional and three-dimensional. And why do we care whether it's two-dimensional or three-dimensional? Well, you guys are in the first grade, and you ought to be able to know that some things just aren't three-dimensional. They're just flat, like a sheet of paper. Even though it has another dimension, it's so small you can't really tell. But a whole pile of paper, now that's different. It goes from being just one sheet of paper to being many sheets of paper. It has one extra dimension. So it has length, it has width, and it has height. And the reason we learn those things is because later on in math, you're going to learn about what it takes to fill this up, completely fill that up. Because you need to know the length, the width, and the height of a three-dimensional object to determine how much it can hold. That's called volume. Now, you'll learn more about that later. But just think about when you look at something, how you look at it. That makes it different between one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional. Just looking at this book straight like this is just one-dimensional. But if I turn it, you now see that this book has some thickness to it. It's not just this straight, flat image. So that's the three-dimensional view of this book. And you can take any object and you can then determine that that object has, in fact, a length, a width, well, I sure don't know how to draw, and a height. So 1, 2, 3 dimensions. That's what 3-dimension is. Pretty easy, isn't it? I'm sure you've got some problems in your math book. Sorry, I leave my phone on because you never know who's going to call. But anyhow, I'm sure you've got some problems in your math book, and Mrs. Anab will probably give you some exercises to help you practice a little bit more in understanding 3-dimensional. Just like me. That's 2-dimensional. Now I'm 3-dimensional. Pretty cool, huh? Anyhow, you guys stay safe, stay out of trouble. Take care, and we'll see you again.